What if you could step inside the mind of your favorite authors? Not their book, not their blurb, but their thinking. Welcome to the author's mind. This is where fiction is dissected, decoded, and rebuilt from the inside out. With your host, Shilo Creed. Each episode is a deep, honest conversation with working fiction authors. If you write, if you read, if stories matter to you, this is your place. Welcome to the author's mind. I am so glad you're here today. Welcome to the space where you can get an in-depth look at how authors think, what they do, how they increase their writing skills, all through interviews with prolific fiction authors. These are people who are in the trenches. This is not interviews with someone who wants to write a book, but with people who have done it consistently over and over. Throughout my writing journey, I've discovered that it is very hard to connect with other authors because we tend to be introverts. We like to spend time with our imaginary characters more than we like to spend time with real people sometimes. So this is a place where you can gather information from people who are currently doing what you aspire to do. If you want to hear from your favorite authors, if you want to dig deeper into what it takes to be a writer, if you want to be inspired to put your butt in the chair and get words on the page, the author's mind is for you. Who am I? Why am I here? I'm Shilo Creed, the author of 42 novels. I've been writing for a long time. It's been an incredible journey, and it's one I never meant to start. When I was younger, my mom could not keep enough books in front of me. I love to read. I would reread and study books, but I never found that one that was just my heart book. The one I really wanted to read. Eventually, I decided the only way to get to read that book would be if I wrote it. So that's what I did. I wrote my first book and self-published it back when self-publishing was really difficult. And it did absolutely nothing in the marketplace. Because when you put a book on Amazon, it's essentially invisible. There are 33 million other books on the platform. So I said, well, that was fun. I'm going to go do other things with my life. But writing was something that kept coming back to me. And when I knew that it was the Lord calling me to do it, that's when I really took hold of it. That's when it became a part of who I am. I said, I commit myself to being an author. And whether or not people read the words that I write is irrelevant right now. The point of writing for me was to be obedient. At that time, my family and I were traveling in an RV. I had my 2 wonderful kids, 2 dogs, my husband, 4 or 5 years full time in that RV. It was an absolute blast. We got to see incredible things. We traveled all across the country for my husband's work. It was a wild time. But the point of that story is just roll with it. That's what I really learned from being in an RV in a tight space with unpredictable schedules. Just take things for what they are and be okay with it. How did that connect with my writing journey? My only time to write when we were in the RV was before the kids got up. I'm a homeschool mom. We're together practically all the time. But if I wanted to get any words on the page, it had to be when they were asleep, which meant from 5:30 a.m. until 7 when they got up. Every single morning, I would get up and go into the camper bathroom because that was the only place I could turn a light on without waking the kids. I don't know if you've ever been inside of a camper bathroom, but they're not very large. I would sit there cross-legged on the bathroom floor in an RV and write from 5:30 to 7 every morning. That's how I got words on the page. So if you're in a place where you're struggling and feeling like you just can't get this book done, Sometimes you just need to decide to do it, whether it's comfortable or pleasant or easy or whether it isn't. And it's been a lot of years since I wrote that way in the camper bathroom. Since then, I've won 7 major literary awards. I've been a bestseller many times over. We have sold over 1.4 million books. It's been an incredible journey. And now that I can stand here and say that, it sounds easy, right? Like she just has it all together or something. But the fact of the matter is, I wrote for 10 years without selling a single copy. And I don't say that to discourage you. I say that to tell you there is a journey ahead of you, and it will take your complete commitment. Now, praise God, I write under 4 pen names and have over 7 series at the moment. So don't give up. You're going to have to keep going, keep writing, and keep growing your skill until your books are ready for the market, until your mindset and your heart are in the right place so that you can produce something people simply cannot get enough of. And that's why the author's mind is here. We're going to dive deep into authors, how they work, what they do. Do they write on a computer? Do they scribble in a notebook like I do? Do they have an office? Do they write in their car? I've written a lot of books in my car. All these are questions that we don't usually get answered, but we're going to cover them during this show. I am so excited to bring you these incredible authors and their knowledge and skill sets. The goal here is to create a place where we can gather together and learn from each other. I spent 1 year going to writers' conferences. New York City, Georgia, Alabama. I was all over the place going to these writers' conferences. It was expensive. Travel is difficult and exhausting. And although they were great experiences, that's not sustainable. It's not something I can do all the time. So the author's mind is here to offer you the opportunity to grow closer to authors in your genre, to learn and grow from professionals without even paying for it. This is going to be an incredible opportunity for all of us. And I'm so excited to take that journey with you today. We're going to talk to authors as if we're having a cup of coffee with them, as if we're old friends. We're going to dive deep into their tips and tricks so that you can grow your skill. We're going to talk about generating ideas. Where do they come from? How do we mold those ideas into plots people can't put down? We're going to talk about character creation and go deep into what it takes to form a character that readers are so connected to. We're going to talk about the publishing journey. What does it take to get a book to the market? Are there different options that maybe you haven't considered yet? We're going to talk covers, formatting, editing. So many different things are going to come up in these interviews. They're going to be golden nuggets that will help you move ahead in your author journey. They're going to give you clear direction, a path ahead so that you don't get distracted. Every next step in the journey won't feel quite as daunting when you've heard about other authors walking through it. That's why the author's mind exists. Who can you expect to find as a guest author on this show? Authors from many genres, all kinds of backgrounds, with all different ways of writing. Personally, I write Christian sci-fi, medieval action-adventure books, modern rom-coms, and middle-grade chapter books. I write in first person, present tense, and sometimes I like to write in double first person, meaning one chapter is from one character's point of view and the next is from another main character's point of view. But there are so many ways to tell a great story. So keep going, keep exploring, and keep growing your skill. The author's mind is a great place to do that. I would love it if you would connect with us, listen to episode 1, grab some more incredible interviews with authors from all around the world who are in the trenches, writing books, producing fiction, doing this full time. Let's connect in a meaningful way. You can find me on my website, shilocreed.com. I would love to connect with you on my newsletter so we can stay up to date. In the description below, you'll also find links to a book's journey, a course I have for brand new fiction authors who aren't sure where to go once they write the end. It's a quick 71-minute course that will clarify a whole bunch of things for you. Welcome to The Author's Mind. I'm Shilo. Keep writing.